Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode here of the Highland Scotties Teambuilder Dynasty, as we're in episode number 5 of the Teambuilder series here in Scotties Sports Talk. And of course, these are just quick little videos kind of giving you guys an update on what's going on with the team. We'll take a look at some stats, as well as take a look at some of the games we've seen so far this season, kind of talk about get you guys at least give you guys some information on what's going on with the team so far here. And of course, we open up the season here with Texas A&M, a rematch from last year's I believe semifinal game between the two of them. And of course, Highland of course won the national championship last year and won a nice little rematch here against them, and we did pretty good jobs against Texas A&M there in Kyle Field. 52-24 is your final, as we have 4 interceptions in that game there, because Robinson, again, not really good at reacting to the defense, making bad pass attempts, as well as just bad decision making on his part there in that game. We're able to get the win because we did, of course, get help from the passing or from the running game in this game. And of course, it was in a hostile territory there. We had a tough time trying to change the plays on the fly there and trying to get things going for the club or for the team here. But nonetheless, we did find a way. Not every game you're going to come into the game and be perfect and get things, do the things you want to get done. Sometimes sometimes some wins are going to be, or actually in most cases, most wins are going to be pretty dirty, and you're not going to, get the win the way you want it. Way you have it set up in your game plan and whatnot. But we were able to get the victory there. Bo had almost 200 yards on the ground there. He had a rushing touchdown. Avery, for whatever reason, had a slow start in the game. 11 carries, 59 yards. But for the most part, and then I think eventually he did go out with an injury, but he is fine. He came back in the next week and did very well. We'll see that here in a bit. Good 6 catches, 87 yards. Dumars, 5 catches, 51 yards, 2 touchdowns there. I'm really impressed with Dumars. He has some really good speed. Young man from Alabama, deep threat. He's a redshirt sophomore, and I really want to try to see and try to get him involved in a lot of these games coming up here for the remainder of the season, because I just feel like there's a connection with him, and I don't, maybe it's not with Robinson, maybe it's with Singer, because I have been thinking about maybe I know last year we had Singer in a couple games there, which Singer's not bad at all, but I wanted to give Robinson a chance because I'm like, okay, we got to give him a chance. He's done, he's found ways to win games, and even though he's thrown, multiple picks in some games, more than I wanted him to, but in some ways I feel like, okay, we got to give him another chance to bounce back and try to redeem himself. And of course, Singer's here. Of course, Singer knows that he's, he can be called and told to start a game at any moment. But yeah, I think that team so far, offensively, we don't have a quarterback issue or quarterback controversy. We just have a quarterback that just does not do so well, when it comes to passing there. And of course, defensively, we did very well. Mayberry, Woolfork, Barr, and all those guys that were very successful last year are back this year and kind of continue on. Locklear, he's one of those other ones that have stepped up to the plate this year and realizing that this is his opportunity, his time now. And he's been actually involved in a lot of good plays defensively there for us this season. And I'm hoping, I'm really trying to push him to go on and go further and beyond that. As we take a look here, we played against Syracuse. This was another one that we did a good job here in. Robinson had 5 touchdowns, almost had 400 yards through the air, but he had 2 interceptions in this game as well. He did complete 83 or 81% of his passes. He was 26 of 31 in this game. So better numbers, but again, interception issues. We gotta get that fixed. Avery bounced back. He had 28 carries for 206 yards, 3 touchdowns on the ground. Bo, 16 carries for 179 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground. But look at Robinson, 10 carries for 102 yards and a touchdown. He knew, at least talking to Coach Bonds, I asked him, like, what was that all about? And Coach Bonds like, hey, I challenged him, like, hey, if you're going to be throwing interceptions, then you got to make it up by, showing me what you can do with your legs, because he wants him to, get out of, situation. If you can't, don't force nothing down the field. If you feel uncomfortable throwing the football, up the middle or a cross route of some sort of like, just use your legs. He's got good speed for a quarterback. He's not he's not like quick or anything, but he's got pretty good speed, pretty good acceleration. That's pretty manageable. He can get down the field here. We've seen that a couple times now, and so he's like, okay, coach, I'll take the challenge, and he did so. He got 100 yards, and he got a rushing touchdown as well as that, and we've seen that as well in the game there against the next game coming up here. I forgot who it was. But yeah, great job there for them. They got a nice win there. Of course, the usual suspects there, Fields and Cameron Fields, I should say his name correctly. He had a big return. If I'm not mistaken, I think he had a punt return in this game. So that was a big, or if it wasn't this game, if it wasn't that game, I think it was this game, I think, against Virginia Tech. Won this one here, 49-23 there in Blacksburg. We did a great job in that. First half was just super spectacular for us, especially in the second quarter, getting 21 points in that game. Robinson over 3. I mean, I'm really happy. He's getting over 300 yards. He's starting to push himself to get those 300 yards and more. But then at the same time, he's throwing 2 picks. So 4 touchdowns, 2 picks, 26 of 46, I believe, on the day. There you see Avery helped out big time there on the ground. 161 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns on 21 carries. Bo kind of was stepping back in the shadows and really let Avery run. 13 carries, 56 yards. And, of course, Robinson, 12 carries, 26 yards, and another rushing touchdown for him as well there. So, like I said, Coach Bond says, come on, you gotta, you cause problem. You're not in a negative way here, but you're putting yourself in a hole here with throwing the interceptions. Okay, if you don't force nothing down the field, run the football, trying to do something there. We also, I was told too that they're going to start utilizing or implementing or putting in their playbook here a little bit more of some of the options, direct snaps to the halfbacks as well. But the read option, stuff like that, they're going to implement that more into the playbook here, and you'll see more of that here coming up here in the next couple of weeks, especially when they get into Big 12 play as well. So they're going to try that out and see how that works out here for him. I think it's going to be against they play against the Cougars, which will be after this game coming up here with the Liberty Flame. Liberty Flames, I should say. But that's what we're going to be talking about here next, as we got a nice home game here against, this is a rivalry game, if you want to say. Remember, we're taking over as Old Dominion in this series because we swapped them out with Highland. So we're gonna try to implement a rivalry game of some sort, and of course we're playing against that Liberty team here. We'll talk more about them here in a bit. But there you see the numbers so far this season, leading up to the first 3 games here, and I'm very satisfied with this team. We got 2 guys. I mean, look at it. How many teams do you know that have 2 halfbacks that have close numbers like that when it comes to rushing yards, and even in carries, and even in touchdown receptions? I'm telling you guys, when I try to set up this 2-back system, I'm literally looking at numbers and seeing, okay, well, who's doing what, whatever, It is tough trying to set up a playbook for 2 backs and trying to have enough equal time on the field there for them. But it's working, and it's so far. And for the most part here, a lot of teams cannot figure out. The teams we're playing against, they're having a hard time of figuring out, okay, what are they? Who's running the ball, and how can we stop them? And they're having a tough time with, and I love it. And of course, like I said, when we implement the more of the option into it, oh, look out here, fellas. I've already been practicing here lately, and I'm like, yep, this is going to be good. I can't wait. But there you see the receiving numbers as well. The receiving numbers there, we got a lot of guys over 100 yards. Really, actually, got 4 guys over 150 yards right now for the season. And we already got 2 that have over 200 yards receiving. So that's really, really nice. So, like I said, I'm trying to do a better job of balancing, throwing to guys here, not trying to stick with one player. But like I said, I have my eye on Dumars as well as Parks as our guys, or they're going to be kind of our leading receivers. I feel like I can get both of them over 1,000 yards this season. I'm really confident that I can do that here. Take a look at Barr. He's a leading tackle there for us. I believe he's also, or now he's actually tied with TFLs right now and sacks with Wolfork, which those two have been doing a great job. Had a little bit of a slow start of the season with them. I was thinking like, oh my God, like they were in the, they were part of that run for the Heisman last year, and now I'm thinking like, that first game, like, oh, they might be in a little trouble, but they're starting to, pick up the pace here, doing a lot better. Quinn has really stepped up as well as the middle line, outside linebacker there for us, doing a great job there. He has 3.5 sacks as well. He's getting involved in a lot of tackles. Locklear, he is another one. He has 21 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, and a sack as well. So he's been doing a great job there, stepping up as well. And I feel like looking at his numbers and his abilities there, I think he's gonna have a breakout game at some point here, somewhere in one of these Big 12 games. He's gonna be a huge star for us, and I cannot wait for that to happen. I'm hoping it'll happen here soon. I'm really hoping it's gonna happen in this game coming up here with the Liberty Flames, because he's got a lot of talent. And looking at some of the the caps where they cap you off at, he doesn't. If I remember correctly, I don't think he has any. I don't think he has any caps. I don't think so. He's a player that I'm really thinking about throwing a lot of. Once we get some more points here, coaches points, stuff like that, I'm really thinking about like throwing more his way, and make him improve a lot of his stats and get him better. And we'll see him hopefully out in the field there and more involved in tackling and get involved in defensive plays. So, like I said, that's one thing Coach Bond has always been about, is making always having that strong linebacker core, as well as the secondaries, the safeties, the corners as well. He's been doing a good job of that recruiting wise. Now, speaking of recruiting, I was gonna think about showing some recruiting here, but so far I think we got a couple players that we have coming up here in not this game, but the next game against the Cougars that are showing up here. We'll talk more about those guys coming up when we get to that game, which is just 2 episodes from now. Yeah, recruiting right now is I'm still trying to get used to this recruiting here, and I've gotten better. We're getting close to signing a couple more players, or our first couple players of the season here. And like I said, we're getting a lot of 3 stars. Actually, we got a couple of 5 stars, and several athletes are on the line, on the fence for us right now. They're in the top. We're in our top 3 we're one of the top 3 teams they're looking at. But we're like I said, this recruiting is a little different this year. I've been having a little trouble with it and trying to figure out, okay, where I put points at, because sometimes you put a lot of points in one area and then next week you're like, oh crap, I gotta put points in this area. You gotta kind of change it up every so often. And of course I'm trying to figure out, we don't, like last year I missed a lot of opportunities for bringing guys in for visits and all that kind of stuff. So I'm still trying to get used to that here in this one. Hopefully by the time when college football 26 come out, I will be a little more better at it. We're gonna try. I think I can get at least one more season here before that game comes out. But right now we take a look here at your top 25. There you see, wow, Notre Dame. They actually Texas A&M, I should say, lost to Notre Dame there in a battle in that one there. Wow. And there you see the rest of the votes there, as you see Arizona got dropped out there. Avery, surprisingly enough, is like I said, last year he was a dark horse candidate. This year he's looking like a person that could win the Heisman, as he is kind of, I guess, quote unquote, number 1 right now on a lot of people's voting on their, if they were voting here today. You got Gunnar Stockton of Georgia, Aaron Nolan, there, Ohio State, and of course Jeremiah Smith, the only one that's not a halfback or quarterback there at number 2. Take a look at the Liberty Flames injuries list here. You got Dixon, who's going to have a dislocated ankle. He'll be out for 2 weeks. Tucker, he'll be out for 16 weeks as he has a complete PCL tear. Ouch. So as we take a look at their team here, and this Liberty team, I know them because I play my Road to Glory series on the second channel with Bryce Calhoun, as he is part of the Kennesaw State team, the quarterback there. And I've played against Liberty. I know this team pretty well now. I've already played like 2 seasons against them, and they are a pretty tough team. I can admit that I think that we lost to them the first year, and the second year we got back and we got even with them. They got some really good receivers. Right now we're taking a look at one of their outside line, or their one of their DNs. There you see Blazel Jr., 6'1", senior there for them. Of course, Ethan Crisp is another one of their good players here, a great run stopper. He is definitely one of those guys that can definitely come off the edges. I've even seen him play. I remember one of the games I played, I think it was year 2 in that series. He was a player that he was on the left-hand side, and then a couple plays later he was on the right-hand side. So he's good sideline to sideline. There you see his physicals, disruptor, outside and inside, grit breaker, blow up, and wrap up there. So he is definitely going to be a guy. He's got great quickness, of course, run stopping abilities as well. So he'll definitely be a guy that when we're trying to run the football here, we're going to have to do our best to try to run away from him. So I'm assuming that we'll have to run the ball on the on our left-hand side, which will be their right-hand side. So we'll definitely have to try to do our best to try to avoid him if all possible. Jalen Bradford, the quarterback, he's a scrambling quarterback, 6 foot, 185 pounds, 3-star high school player from South Carolina. And of course, he's going to be a scrambler. He's going to definitely do his due diligence to get out some jams there if he can't get down the field here with his arm. Got pretty good quickness. We'll see his accuracy at 82. It looks like he has a pretty good throw on the run. Looks like his under pressure is good. It looks like he can throw short passes there. He's not pretty average when it comes to the deep and mid range there. So we'll definitely have to make sure the ball's always going to be right in front of him. He's going to throw a lot of screen passes. I would imagine they'll probably run the option with him as well. So we'll definitely try to see if we can wrap him up, try to get our linebackers involved. He's definitely going to have a tough time against Barr and the rest of those linebackers there that are just waiting for him, just chomping at the bit to get to him and really do some damage to him and his ability to run down the field. Austin Henderson is another player here. They're tight end, possessions guy there, 6'5", 250. So those 50-50 balls there are probably going to be in more favor of him. But if our linebackers like Barr, and I'm trying to think who the middle linebacker is off the top of my head here. I would say even he's been playing middle linebacker for whatever reason here as of late, and I didn't even do this. Wolford, he's been playing that linebacker position as well from time to time. So I wouldn't be surprised they have him match up there because he got some ups as well. We've seen him cut a game. I think that it was in that Syracuse game that he was pretty had a good time messing with the quarterback that way. Julian Gray, the wide receiver, deep threat wide receiver senior, redshirt senior, 5'11", 190 from Charlotte, North Carolina. It looks like he's good at route running. He's also elusiveness there. He can run really quick. I wouldn't be surprised if they do a lot of the RPOs, maybe in jet sweeps here in certain situations, especially in the red zone there with him. But he's got great quickness, great speed. His speed and acceleration are pretty much equal. So he'll definitely be a deep threat guy. He's definitely going to be challenging to, for us with our corners, which by far I think I still have to say our corners are probably the best corners in the nation right now. They've just been playing just lights out here. So, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a couple of interceptions if we can beat him in a track meet. I think our corners will definitely beat him pretty good. As you take a look here, there's just some pretty good, interesting matchups there coming up in week number 4 here. You got Notre Dame taking on Purdue, which is a nice one. I've been really thinking about putting Notre Dame in the Big Ten. The last couple of NCAA games, I'm like, you know what, Notre Dame, you're just going to be in the Big Ten. Like, you play a lot of Big Ten teams, and you're in Big Ten country. Like, just be in the Big Ten. So don't be surprised if I don't do it here in this series. I'll probably do it in the next series in 26. But yeah, Notre Dame will probably be in the Big Ten. Take a look at the rest of there's just some other games here that look pretty interesting there. Kansas playing against FCS West. So that should be hopefully an easy one for them. A really good primetime game. I think a lot of people need, at least I know I would be, Nebraska hosting USC. That's going to be a very interesting game there as well. What else? You got Kansas taking on Charlotte. What else? About it. I think a lot of teams are finishing up their non-conference schedule before they get into conference play. Of course, the Big Ten, there you see Wisconsin going against Michigan there in Ann Arbor. So really some pretty good, decent week 4 matchups there that look pretty interesting there. So, but as we take a look here, we're already now in week 5 after our bye week here, and now we're getting ready for this matchup here with the Liberty Flames. Like I said, all eyes will be definitely on us, as this is a nice top 25 matchup. It's going to be a tough one, I will say. So far, playing some of these top 25 teams, it's been a tough time. I would say we're more heavy favored in this one than them, but it is a rivalry game, so we're definitely going to have to come out here and just put boots to throat and kind of snuff them out quickly as we can here, not let them have too much breathing room when it comes to being on the field there. So, but yeah, that's it for this episode of the Highland Scotties Team Builder Scotties Sports Talk here. Hopefully we'll pick up another win here, be 4-0 before we go into conference play, because our first conference game is against the Cougars of Houston. So that's going to be very interesting how that's going to turn out. But we'll see how that thing. But first, we got to worry about Liberty. And this is, like I said, this is a rivalry game. So there's going to be a lot on the line here for both schools. But yeah, we'll see how things go. As like I said, they're a rival because we originally were the Ole Miss school and took Ole Miss out, and now we, of course, team builder wise, you had to swap schools out for your creative school, and we happen to have a rivalry apparently with Liberty. So we'll see if we can win this rivalry. This will be our second rivalry game of the season, or of the year, or of the series so far. So hopefully we'll get a win here, but should be a good one. I cannot wait. A lot of I think we're gonna have this should be a very interesting game. I'm hoping that our quarterback will have a really good game here. I would like to say no interceptions, but no more than one. Let's just put it that way. No more than one. But that's it. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more. The next video for the Highland Scotties should be coming up here in the next day or two. Stay tuned for that. And of course, don't forget to check out our other series as well over here on the channel with the Memphis Tigers coaching carousel with Matt Marvel. And of course, don't forget our content over on our second channel over there on ESGNet Plus LP, as we got Road to Glory there with Bryce Calhoun, as well as Madden and so many other content series over there on that channel, on the second channel. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more here on the channel. Let's go, Dog Pound. Let's get ready for week 5 against these Flame coming up in this video. or in the next video, I should say. Keep yourself really healthy, and I will see you guys next time.